सावरकर सर, व्हेरी गुड मॉर्निंग.
हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग. आवाज येतोय चांगला व्यवस्थित येतोय.
हो हो.
सावरकर
कसट
सर.
सर. येस, गुड मॉर्निंग. मॉर्निंग.
म्यूट करावं लागेल.
आज आज ठाकरे सर, आज काय तुम्ही कॉन्फरन्स घेतली का अमरावतीला?
काय सर? हो, आता
अमरावतीला कॉन्फरन्स
सगळे
झाली आहे का
सगळे
म्हटलं?
अनायसे गुल्हाने सर इकडे आले, तर म्हटलं आपण एक कॉन्फरन्स मध्ये असायला पाहिजे.
Okay, can we start? Most of the members have joined. So let us start. I request Jadhav sir, proceed for the program.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Varsh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, Varsha madam, please continue this session.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good morning to all dignitaries, guests, and participants. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all present here online for the webinar on telecom, a savior for survival during pandemic by Mr. Ajay R. Savatkar, ITS, BE, MBA, Fellow of IE, Fellow IET, Principal General Manager, Department of Telecom, BSNL. This webinar is planned under IET Professional Activities Center PAC at Pravira Rural Engineering College, Loni, Ahmednagar. So, on behalf of Pravira family, we pray for the good health, safety, and well-being for everyone in this pandemic situation. We are fortunate to have today's chief guest, Mr. Sunil BTech EC and MBA, Additional Director General Ministry of I&B, Prasar Bharati. Global Outreach, Distribution Marketing, Central Assurance, External Service, AIR. Then we have Dr. KTV Reddy sir, immediate past president of IET, member of IET Governing Council, chairman of various IET centers, principals, and faculty members of various institutes, the corporate members and student members of IET. So I welcome you all on behalf of Pravara family. Now, I request Dr. S.M. Gulane sir, Chairman of PAC and Principal PREC Loni, to introduce our today's chief guest, Mr. Sunil sir.
Thank you, madam. And I will say, Mr. Sunil, who has been elected as a governing council member recently, and who is the additional director general, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Prasar Bharati, was a chief guest for the today's program. But because of his some rescheduled flight, he is currently in Moscow and traveling to Tashkent. So he is in flight currently and is not able to connect with us. So sorry for that, and he has sent me the message to forward to you all that it is he has extend his apology for not being with us. But anyway, we have today so many distinguished personalities with us. I would like to take their names. Among them are Dr. A.P. Thackeray, who has been nominated as a vice president.
Sanjay ji.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me continue. So we have Dr. Bamnote, who was the Dean HJB Amravati University, Dr. Salim Chauhan, who is the Vice Chairman of Nagpur Center, Dr. Prakash Patil, who is the Vice Chairman of Pune Amravati, IIT Amravati Center. We have with us Dr. Valinch Kala also, who is the Chairman of Mumbai Center. We have Bhatia ji, who is a recently governing council member elected as a governing council member. We have with us Mohini Sarde, Dr. Mohini Sarde, who is the head of the department of SSSM Engineering College. And then we have Sudhir Sambare sir, who is the chairman of IIT Aurangabad Center. We have A. Ravi Kumar, who is the chairman of ex-chairman of IIT Hyderabad Center. We have with us Professor C. Murli, who is a distinguished fellow of IIT, Dr. Nitin Mandavgade, and many more distinguished personality we have. It is really I will say it is really a feast today that we all are gathered here. Basically, I am in my native place, Amravati, and we are here. In the team, we are joining this webinar. So in the team here, we have Dr. A.P. Thackeray, Dr. Sri S.V. Dupte sir, Dr. Mandavgade, Dr. Bamnote, Dr. P.V. Ingole, Dr. Nilesh Kasat, and I welcome for this you all with this feast. Basically, we are enjoying here feast also, and with this feast, we'll be having a feast, technical feast from the engineer Ajay Savatkarji, who is the ITS Principal General, who was a Principal General Manager of Department of Telecommunication, and will be delivering today's webinar on telecom, a savior for survival during pandemic. So I welcome you all to this 20th webinar in the webinar series conducted by Pravara IET Professional Activity Center. Now I take this opportunity to just hand over to Miss Varsha Bhosle for proceeding further. Thank you all.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. C.B. Kadu, sir, HOD Instrumentation and Control, PREC Loni, to introduce keynote speaker of today's function, Mr. Ajay R. Savatkar, sir.
Thank you, madam. Firstly, I would like to welcome today's expert of webinar, Mr. Ajay R. Savatkar, sir, ex-Principal General, Department of Telecom, BSNL, Governing Council members, office bearers of IIT, and all the participants for joining online session on telecom, a savior for survival during pandemic. Mr. Ajay Savatkar, sir, has completed his Bachelor of Engineering from Government College of Engineering, COEP, Pune, and MBA Marketing from SMU. He has started his career as Avinox Engineering in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, Lucknow. He was working on fighter aircrafts like MiG-21 and Jaguar. Mr. Ajay, sir, is an officer of Indian Telecom Services, ITS, of Department of Telecom. He is recently retired as Principal General Manager, BSNL. He was looking after the planning, execution, and maintenance of mobile network in 18 districts of Vidarbha, Marathwada, and Khandesh. He has cleared Engineering Services Examination, IES, twice. First time he has joined as Assistant Executive Engineer in Central Electricity Authority, Ministry of Power, at Regional Monitoring and Control Center, Mumbai. During last 32 years, he has worked in various capacities as DE, DGM, GM, and Senior General Manager in DOT and BSNL across various parts of the country. He has installed many satellite Earth stations, microwave systems, OFC, broadband, and mobile networks across the country. He has installed many corporate satellite network for ONGC, NTPC, Nuclear Power Corporation, Coal India, All India Radio, Doordarshan, Indian Meteorological Department, Home Ministry, and Defense. He was deputed to USA for testing of first digital satellite system at EF Data Corporation, Arizona, and California Micro Corporation, New York. He was instrumental in providing rural broadband connectivity under NOFN project BharatNet. He has also undergone a short-term training program at IIM Ahmedabad for senior executives of telecom companies. He has worked as member of core committee on
Good morning,
fixed
Gulnani
satellite
sir.
system at SSC ISRO Ahmedabad, which was formed by WPC and
Gulnani sir, good
International
morning.
Telecom Union (ITU).
Good morning, sir.
He is fellow of Institution of Engineers and fellow of IIT. He is past treasurer and chairman of IIT Nagpur Center and past executive committee member of Institution of Engineers Nagpur. Recently, he has undergone a training on patent filing at Patent Training Institute Nagpur. He is working on board of studies of 3 reputed engineering colleges of Nagpur as industry technical expert. At present, he is associated with many social organizations in Nagpur which are working for poor and needy students to guide them in their academics as well as preparing them for exams, interviews, and so. So I welcome you, sir, once again. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Mr. Ajay Sawadkar, sir, to proceed for the session.
Good morning. Good morning to all. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good morning to Dr. Harjinder Singh, our senior most member. Dr. Gulane, who is hosting this technical feast every Saturday. Pravara Engineering College, all team of Pravara Engineering College. Dr. Ajay Thakre, Chairman of Nagpur Center, Dr. Barjate sir. Our West Zone mentor, Dr. Nilesh Kasat, who was there with us for a very long time, and he will continue to guide all these West Zone centers. Dr. Ravi Kumar, A. Ravi Kumar, Dr. Kadu from Pravara, and all other elected members of the GC, new GC. I thank everybody for joining this session. Today is 2nd October, and it is birthday of 2 national heroes, our Mahatma Gandhi, who led Independence March to the end, and then our beloved Prime Minister, Dr. Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, who led his life during a meeting at Tashkent. So I pay my obeisances to both the great personality. I'll just give me 2 minutes. I will share my PPT. Select window है. Hello.
Sir, share entire screen and then click on PPT, sir.
हाँ.
Sir, share entire screen and then click on your PPT. So it will seen as a full screen.
Now is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. It is visible. You can make it full screen, sir, or slideshow.
Google Meet का duplicate.
Now it's fine, sir.
Yeah.
Now it's fine, sir. Yeah.
Visible
Now
and you are well
now
audible. Now you can proceed, sir.
Yeah. Correct. Okay. So good morning. Sorry for the delay. There is something called if something want to go wrong, it will go wrong. So that was the first phrase we have learned. So this is the very bad time for whole of the humanity, and I have selected a subject, telecommunication. Why it is important for everybody. It's not moving.
Savatkar sir, you have been muted. Savatkar sir, you have to unmute.
Oh नहीं हे तो बरोबर है, but
Now it is okay. Now it is okay. Okay.
Yeah, but slide is not moving. So
now
this is
slide
the
is
problem.
okay. Yeah. Now it is, everything is fine, sir. It is scrolling also. Sir, you may proceed, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it is going well.
This is what I said, that Zoom is a
Yeah. You
flexible, and this Google Meet is a very orthodox.
right.
So anyway, my topic of today is the role of telecommunication, because everybody we know we are passing through a very bad time, and how telecom has played its biggest role in this time. So today's agenda will be the pandemic and its effect, role of telecommunication, what are the digital technologies are available, then status of communication technologies in India, this work that is providing urban amenities to rural areas. Beyond 2020, India beyond 2020, and other is 3 billion, target 3 billion. And then what are the issues to be dealt, and then the education sector. So as we know that mankind is going through one of the toughest phases of our life, and COVID-19 has changed the way in which we are living till December 2019. So now how the world has changed. We used to call it as a before Christ, then we call as after Christ, we write pre-independence, we call post-independence, pre-liberalization, post-liberalization. So there will be, history will be written like pre-COVID era and post-COVID era. So as we all know, this pandemic is unbiased. It affected everybody, including the rich or poor equally. Initial few months were utter chaos. We heard stories and saw images of migrant people who are traveling barefoot for hundreds of kilometers to reach their home. The second wave has shown us that money or power has no value in such unprecedented. We have seen news channel we used to see long queues standing, some are standing, poor people, and some are waiting in luxury car just for a one ICU bed or a cylinder of oxygen. Pandemic brought everything to standstill, with everyone, including scientists and government, clueless how to handle this pandemic. That was in initial stage. Now imagine the situation without apps like Zoom, Google Meet, or no mobile phone, or even worse, no network connectivity. But still things were not disconnected. We were somehow connected somewhere, somehow. What made our day-to-day life bearable, if it is not easy, but it was bearable. All essential utilities like groceries, water, electricity, milk, banks, telecommunication are working. In the time of adverse situation, when lot of problems, emotional issues, psychological issues and situation were difficult to get help from even near and dear ones. Think of endless video, voice calls, good morning messages, and most importantly, our education on mobile and broadband was keeping you connected and giving hope that, okay, if I put a message, somewhere somebody, they will respond. Somebody will at least listen. So we telecom engineers are running the show, and we should feel proud. Definitely there are other agencies also, other entities also who are doing their best to keep the show running. There are definitely haves and have not, because it is always there world over. Let it be a what you call developed country, advanced countries, or developing countries. There will be always a have and have not. So pandemic has shows that it is not only the economic disparity but also digital divide, which is equally critical, if not more. But what if good is not? The digital divide is now fading at higher pace. It is better, far better than a decade ago. It was far better. When we literally used to hold, I remember ITU had two seminars, two World Telecom Day on digital divides. Specifically in rural areas, everybody is not having connectivity. But definitely, if feeble because of the 2G technology, some signal is reaching most of the areas, but not all the areas. Pandemic has improved the robustness of global connectivity and expanded the service. Communication link all across the world made countries get in touch with each other, help each other for medical guidance. Definitely all countries were talking to each other. Economic activities like sending the medical help and all those things, if not the commercial goods, and helping the people in general. We just see majority of the time people compare कि वहाँ ये हुआ यहाँ ये नहीं हुआ, but see the size of our country, size of the population density, then we can say it is reasonably good. I'll not say it is good, but it is reasonably good if compared to other countries also. Leave apart some 5 or 10 advanced countries or so-called developed countries. You see the business, the companies, financial institution like stock market, media, news channels. These people were working from the home. You see the even news channel, everybody used to say कि मैं अभी घर से बात कर रहा हूँ, आज की ये news है. But definitely their staff, field staff was working in the field. So new word has become a very popular call from home. Working, our civilians working, doctor, nurses, or frontline workers. There were only people who seen in such difficult condition they were working physically. Education, all schools. In fact, to put the things into perspective, we know the Blue White company, Byju's. It was only a small, I'll not say small, but it was a okay type of company. Now it has become one of the world's biggest education edutech company, by who has
Hello. Sir, you are not audible, sir. Southkar, sir.
I think Southkar sir is having some network issue. He will be joining back soon.
अभी आ रहा
सावतकर सर.
है? हाँ,
Yes, sir.
आवाज येतोय का?
हा, येतोय.
हा, ते मला वाटतं लिंक ब्रेक झाली त्याच्यामुळे आवाज हे झाला माझा.
हा, नाही, आता नाऊ यू आर ऑडिबल, वेल ऑडिबल.
ठीक.
So you can proceed, sir.
हा, ओके. So now, as we all know, because we are from the same fraternity, that lot of initiatives are taken by the government. NEGP, that is for the National E-Governance Plan. Then CCTNS, we all know that is a crime and criminal tracking network for the police department. This is all over the country. Then SWAN network for each civil administration. They are connected to their state headquarters so that communication will be faster and the help reaches faster. Then National Optical Fiber Network, which is now named as BharatNet, fiber to the home, because of which now higher bandwidth is available in everybody's house, because without higher bandwidth, we are generally stuck up. Then ISRO, one of the best company in the world, who has launched many satellites, that is a Atmanirbhar, we can say, indigenous satellite. They have got their INSAT series, IRNSS series, NAVIC, navigation through Indian continental, Indian constellation, then Gagan, which is helping our airport authorities for the movement of the aircraft. These are certain apps by the government of India, and this particularly if students are there in this our this talk, these 4 apps, they are very useful for everybody. Either he may be a student, or he may be a lecturer, he may be anybody, a general person. Swayam, as we know, that it is an online courses from various institutions like IGNOU, IIM, AICT, etc. So all the documentation are available here. Then there is a NDL, National Digital Library of India. All books, resources are available. Most of the people might have read a story somewhere in the south, Kerala. A coolie, railway coolie, he did his post-graduation through free Wi-Fi provided by the railways and all documents provided by these 2 apps. So this is the power of the technology. If somebody want to use, he can do the wonder. Then there is a app called Umang. Here you will find almost 1,000 plus services are available, utility and other essential services of both state and central government. All our certificate, form, insurance, pensions, they are available here. Even gas booking or electricity. So you don't have to go to the site of all other entities, but you can directly do your work from here. And then the best app is the DigiLocker. Majority of you may be knowing also, but this is a safest locker available which you can carry anywhere in the world, and all your documents, they are stored there. It is just like a locker with lock and key, strong password, strong key with you. Your RC, your driving license, your PAN card, Aadhaar card, everything is stored there, and it is directly dumped from the all government website as soon as it is issued. Like you take example of driving license. When a driving license is given to anybody, it automatically gets populated in your DigiLocker. So this is the power of this app. And when students are going for the any interview or something like that, sometimes they are likely to forget any document, and then they are in a fix, traveling 1,000 kilometers, and then saying, "Oh, sir, I have forgotten one document." So these are very powerful app, and it should be used by the everybody, particularly for student community. Then, as we know, the wonder, this Aadhaar, it is a called 12-digit revolution. It has brought revolutionary changes in day-to-day life of every Indian citizen. Every. You want to do anything, you want to prove your identity, you just give your Aadhaar number and your 90% work is done. This has helped the poor people at large, because all their wages, etc., they are going into their direct bank account now, which are linked to the Aadhaar. Their subsidized food grain from the ration shop, it is also given to them because of the fingerprint biometric uh, uh, taken on this platform. Then there is another best solution in the financial field is Bhim UPI. This has also revolutionized the transactions, particularly cashless during this pandemic. Everybody was afraid of touching the currency, even going to the ATM and swiping their ATM card because of the pandemic, thinking that, oh, if viruses are there, it may touch us also. And it was a founded fact only, no doubt about that. So Bhim UPI has changed, and all the companies now world over who are doing the business in India, definitely they are linking their financial transaction through this UPI. Then there is another biggest successful story is Paytm. I don't know how many people are knowing, how many members are knowing. Paytm is short form of Pay Through Mobile. It is by 197 Corporation, Pay Through Mobile, Paytm. It is the biggest gainer of this cashless economy. It has created a revolution in contactless transaction. Even if you go to small kirana shop and you don't have 50 rupees or 20 rupees, or you don't want to give the note because you don't want the note in exchange, you simply transfer the amount through Paytm. And now you see on the footpath also, you will go to the sabji market, you will find this Paytm, that QR code is there. Then there are another digital initiative is net banking, mobile banking. We all know it. And what I feel that this net banking and mobile banking, it is most safest in India, because India is the only country which has two-step authentication. One is your card, and other is a OTP. I don't know how many countries are having, but definitely not the USA and European, where you can just put in your number, card number, CVV number, and transaction is done. Then there is a National Knowledge Center. All colleges, all academic institutions, they must be working through this National Knowledge Center network. Earlier it was called NMACIT. Then there is a initiative by the government for all the government entities to go to have their own cloud computing, so that they need not go for the purchase of a lot of software, and their data should not be hosted here and there. So that is a Meghraj. Its name was Meghraj, is Meghraj. Then we all know eSign, digital signatures are available. Then there is a very typical word. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी हमेशा अपनी सभाओं में इस शब्द का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, जाम. जनधन Yojana, that is a bank, then Aadhaar, that is an Aadhaar card, and mobile. So if we have got these three things, jam, the life becomes slightly better. particularly for the poor people, where their benefit goes directly to their account. Then there are a lot of delivery services like National Scholarship Portal by the central and state government, and now there is a National Employment Portal also. It has replaced the earlier employment exchanges. Then these are another initiatives. Uh, why I'm listing this? Because of this, all these facilities were available to us, are available to us. Uh, People are unnecessarily not going for each and every work to the concerned offices. Otherwise, for each and everything, you have to go to that particular office, or go to the bank, go to the cash counters and all those things. There is another thing, Jivan Praman certificate. This is very helpful for the elderly people who cannot go out or who don't want to go out. Then there is a e-hospital and online registration. And now the 2 days back, National Health Card is also launched. So it will connect a lot of hospitals. Then there is a soil health card, which is very useful for the our farmer community. ENAM, that is a electronic national agriculture market. All our agriculture produce will be uh, linked here, so that a farmer will know what is the rate or what are the other things. E-visa, e-courts, national judicial data, GEM. This is a government e-market. Earlier, as we know, who are working in the government sector, for everything we have to go for the tendering. But with this GEM, majority of the work or majority of the purchases we can do on this government platform, so that this tendering process, and then again the charges levied against the officer कि there is something घोटाला हुआ है या rate higher आया है, जो भी है, it has gone away. These are two another revolutionary app fully designed in India by the developers, Indian developers, and it is such a wonderful app, such a successful app, that now other countries also want to adopt this app with help of the India. You know, we know as on date, to yesterday's data, it was 87 crore vaccination done, and the whole data is saved on this platform, fully protected, and another say maybe a crore people are already registered on this. So just see the volume, the efficiency of the app, and flexibility of the app to keep the track of everything by everybody. Anybody can, even you can track if somebody has got the COVID in within say 500 meter of your house, or 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer. So these apps, two apps are really revolutionary, wonderful apps. And we should salute all our young generation who have developed all these apps and helped the government to reach the people. Till now, I was talking about all the software available, digital platforms available to the people. But what if it does not reach to the common man in the remote areas? This is okay. You got everything available. But if data don't flow, or you don't get the information from the that remote area, then what? Or for that reason, anybody. So for this, we require a good connectivity. So that is our topic is telecommunication. Without telecommunication, all this app will be kept fruits in a platter, which are not reaching to the person. So as we all know that connectivity can be provided through wired line and wireless way. We have landlines, mobile, line of sight system, that is microwave, satellite, optical fibers. As per TRI data, this telecom connection is as on 31st July because it gives the data of 1 month back. So this data I extracted on 30th September. So data available of the 31st July. We have got 118 crore wireless connection and 2.26 approximately 2.26 crore wireline connections. That is 120.94, say 121 crore connection in India, and population of India they say is 135 crore. So see the number of connection as compared to the population of India, and broadband connection is 80.86 crore. This is TRI data. Now, how to reach this areas? Because our main problem is how to reach the rural areas, and for that most of the areas you will find such type of hut and towers. They are interconnecting the cities. Earlier the micro tower, big tower used to connect the cities. Now this mobile towers are connecting the one place to other place, villages to villages. Then as we know how much problem we are facing in India, particularly the power crisis. Everywhere you will find there is a power crisis. You particularly in villages, power sometime comes. It is like that. In cities sometime it goes. In rural areas if we go, hardly sometime it comes. So our people have designed this hybrid system, hybrid type of system. You will find a DG kept here. Power supply is also there, and they have installed the solar panel also to charge the batteries. Then this is a wind energy also they are utilizing. So this is in India they say jugaad, and in English they say innovation. So that is the problem. When we call it a jugaad, it looks like a some कुछ तो भी किया होगा, and when they name it as a innovation, they say, oh, कितना अच्छा innovation किया है. So we should call all these innovation, not the jugaad. Now, how to connect the villages? How to go reach the rural areas? This project called BharatNet, NOFN. There are 2.5 lakh gram panchayats to be connected in India. Mr. Vilas, time is what is the time or something like that?
So you can take as per your slide, sir. No problem. No issue.
Okay, okay. Then it's okay. Okay, thank you. So there are two. This project was conceptualized in 2011 and started working somewhere in the 2014-15. Because I have worked extensively on this project, so I know a lot of things about this project. Other things also which I have shown, this I have worked all across the country, right from the Port Blair to Poonch Rajouri and this side Assam. So all such type things are available there in the rural areas. So this India, India, we have got 2.5 lakh gram panchayats. These are called, these are the Gad gram panchayat. Under one Gad gram panchayat, there will be another 3 to 4 small panchayats also. This project has two phases, phase 1, phase 2. Under phase 1, they have formalized that 1.25 lakh GPs will be connected and made live, connected through optical fiber. It was to be implemented through 3 CPUs, central PSUs. One is BSNL, then other is RailTel and PGCIL. So the other two companies, after starting the work, they have backed out. So whole of the work was done by the, in phase 1, whole of the work was done by the BSNL. I myself have done almost 3000 plus kilometer of this OFC laying in Vidarbha, particularly Vidarbha area, maybe 6 district. The overall project status as on 14th May 21, this data was captured on this date. So 1.8 lakh GPs are already connected. These GPs are from the phase 2 also, because phase 2 is also underway. So 1.8 lakh GPs are physically connected over the optical fiber. The length of OFC laid is almost 5.22 lakh kilometer. 5 lakh 22 kilometers. The number of GPs connected on OFC connected, because OFC laid is different and connected is different. So it is 1.72 lakh. 1.72 lakh GPs are physically connected, and GPs made service ready. Service ready means where the physically broadband is available as on date, that is 1.59 lakh. से 1,60,000 GPs आज connected है with optical fiber, live है. Now, what was the idea of government? That to provide this optical fiber connectivity to each gram panchayat, provide them 100 Mbps bandwidth, so that अगर आपको मालूम होगा गाँव की परिस्थिति, छोटे से छोटे कागज के लिए, चाहे वो जिसको हम लोग 7/12 कहते हैं, या जो बेसिक डॉक्यूमेंट होता है खेत का या जमीन का, उसके लिए लोगों को 10, 12, 15 किलोमीटर ट्रैवल करना पड़ता है मिनिमम, और वहां जाने के बाद भी कागज मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा इसकी गारंटी नहीं. बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट, डेथ सर्टिफिकेट, then other certificates. So every time they have to run to the taluka headquarter, which may be 10 to 15 kilometer minimum away. So this is saved. All things are saved, and everything is now going to that gram panchayat, where everything will be available. So even if we take the local gram panchayat, a person has to travel hardly 3 to 4 kilometers, which they generally walk also. So this is the concept diagram, that this is a block level and these are the gram panchayat. This green you will say is the gram panchayat. Now these are far away here and there. So this is the main cable. This is the main cable which is coming, which is the existing cable. And then these are the joints, and they have to connect this. And these are very remote areas. They are simply, even nothing is there, you have to walk through some fields or forest land. So this is the how the fiber is to be laid. So these are called the incremental OFC. So same diagram, this diagram is depicted here with the connectivity, how the connectivity is done here. Then once the connectivity is done in the remote areas, there is a network operation control. This is the core network which is connected to, say, internet also, and all services. Then this connectivity can be used for other things also. One thing, they can be connected to the towers, because for 5G, as you know, we'll be requiring only optical fiber connections. Just 1 minute, hold on. We'll be requiring optical fiber connection for the 5G connectivity. Even for 4G, we require that, but at least with higher bandwidth micro available, at least somehow we are doing it. Then this fiber connectivity can be, because there are 24 fibers. So suppose if we give the connection to this gram panchayat, other fibers are available. So there is a concept of leasing the fiber to the other ISPs. So these are the other ISPs, operators, internet service provider. It can be given to educational network, state government's data center. There is a concept called CSC also, that I will show you in the next slide. So then same thing can be used by the this cable operators who are providing the cable connection TV for your entertainment and all those things. So this is based on the GPON methodology. That is a passive network. So you need not worry about the availability of the power on the way. So this is a concept diagram of all the things available, how the internet service will go to the cloud and how it will be going to the last mile. So this is the Gram Panchayat which are connected. It can be connected on the BTS also. This is how the intercity cables are laid. This almost 1.65 meter below this thing is dug so that it cannot be damaged by any work done by any other entities. And such pipes are laid here. These are the outer cover pipes, and this is the cable, black cable. And see our people, they are, because this trench is going just across the national highways only or the roads, because you cannot go from the inside the field of somebody, so you have to take through the sideway only. So all these people, they are making the joints here only. So this is the jointing machine. Most of the people might have seen also. Even our TV cable operators, they are also using some similar type of machine, may not be the same machine. So this is the Gram Panchayat, one of the Gram Panchayat in Chandrapur district in Maharashtra, which was provided the optical fiber connectivity. Our school is there, and a school is there, and the Gram Panchayat is there. It is very nice, very what to call neat and clean village with very good people, very what I can say, friendly people, and that is why this Gram Panchayat was given the President's prize also. Rashtrapati Puraskar likha hua hai. So this was done here. So I will show how this thing is connected, because we are taking the cable inside this building. This is the Gram Panchayat building. This is school up to 4th class. So this cable is taken inside the Gram Panchayat building, and then it is terminated on the box. This work, okay, I forgotten to mention that this work of National Optical Fiber Cable, NOFA, is monitored by the separate entity, Special Project Vehicle, SPV, that's a BBNL, Special Purpose Vehicle, BBNL, Bharat Broadband Network Limited. So this whole setup is headed by a secretary level officer, CMD, and they oversee the work of this NOFA or BharatNet all over the country. Sorry. So this is the termination box. It is written BBNL here, and it is one cable is terminated here, and other fibers are kept outside only for the other entities. Sorry. Now you see here, interesting thing, this termination box is there, Then a battery box is kept here. There's a small battery that is a UPS, and it gives power supply to this. So each Gram Panchayat will have one PC, one desktop, one camera, because they can do the Aadhaar work also here. A printer cum scanner, so that they can scan the things and print also. So whole thing is come on one desktop. And even if people go in the afternoon when there is no power supply, at least there will be something ki, okay, they will be able to get the work done. So this is the see how the things were thought over up to the last mile. Ki what are the problem will be faced by the people in the rural areas. Then there is something called CSC, Special Purpose Vehicle. CSC is an initiative of Government of India, Department of Electronics. Under this initiative, government plans to set up around 1 lakh CSCs outlet in different part of the country. So this CSC will be through a public-private partnership, where this will be given to selected people or people who want to run the business in the rural areas. That's a very good opportunity for the young generation now, who are knowing something about the who has the computer literacy. Basically, I will say each CSC outlet will be equipped with this all things which I have shown earlier: computer, internet, printer, scanner, etc., and will be run by a village level entrepreneur. What I said, the young generation people, now they can go into this business. The VLE will be able to provide various services like G2C, government to citizen. If somebody wants certificate, land records, etc., these people will be able to do. And because since all these records are on the Government of India server, so there cannot be any fraud or any such type of things. Then they will be able to do the business to customers such as banking, insurance, bill payment, etc. आपको ये भी पता होगा काफी लोगों को या सभी लोगों को कि with connecting the Aadhaar, anybody can go to any such shop anywhere and put their thumb impression on that capturing machine, biometric capturing machine, and withdraw some limited amount, maybe 1,000 or 2,000. So you don't have to go to the bank. Bank may be far away, and you require the money in a village. So with such type of thing, bank has reached to the people in a limited manner, but at least they have reached to the poor people. This activity will be provided by the this village level entrepreneur with online portal. So you see, this is a particular just typical common service center I have shown you. This people may be waiting for their Aadhaar registration and all those things. So this fellow has put a white board here so that he can take their photographs. So our people are also very smart entrepreneur and so-called jugaad, so that they can do anything in the rural areas also, where reaching or providing the facilities is very difficult. Now we have spoken about how to reach through a optical fiber to the remote areas, and that is what they called as a mainland. Since I worked in Andaman Nicobar Island, traveled all across the all island right up to the Great Nicobar, that is called Indira Point also. So they always called, oh, you are from the mainland. So for them, mainland is the India. or maybe Chennai and Kolkata, because these are the 2 points from where people travel to the Port Blair. So till now, the connectivity was only through the satellite. And all we know that the connectivity through satellite is always a limited bandwidth, very limited bandwidth. We have got 2 group of island, that is Andaman Nicobar Island on one side, and other side it's a Lakshadweep and Minicoy. Both are working on satellite links only, because in 2 islands, that is basically in the Great Nicobar and Maya Bandar, 2 stations are installed by me only way back in somewhere in the 90s. And recently I visited somewhere in 2018. Still the things were working on the satellite only. Earlier it was a analog satellites, analog links. Now it is a digital. So now it was working on 34 Mbps connectivity for complete island. So they have only 2 modems of 34, and whole islands are working. So you just imagine the connectivity or their working for the internet. Getting an email takes a lot of time. That is why the traveling and all those things, they are unable to do much thing there. So as we know, on 3rd August 2021, the most awaited submarine cable was commissioned by our Honorable PM between Chennai and Port Blair and 5 other islands. So this is the first time in India a submarine cable was laid between island and the mainland. This link is named as a CANI, C-A-N-I, that is Chennai Andaman Nicobar Island link. And from there it is connecting to 5 more islands, right up to the Great Nicobar, which is the bottommost point. And if you see the map of the India, the Great Nicobar is below Sri Lanka, or just adjacent to Sri Lanka. This whole work was executed by the BSNL, and it was funded by the USO fund, that is a Universal Service Obligation Fund. That's a separate entity of Government of India, which collects the fund from the all the operators, all the telecom operators in the country for reaching those areas which are still unreached. A similar submarine cable is under installation between Kochi and Lakshadweep now, and may be ready by another year's time. It's a very tough job. It is done by only 3 or 4 companies world over, and it's a very specialized job. And then all the conditions also of the sea and all those things is to be observed. One interesting thing I will tell you about the Lakshadweep. I visited Lakshadweep in 2017. You forget about internet. Even the getting good 2G signal was a very lucky thing. Most of the island have some connectivity, but not the good connectivity. In fact, only BSNL was the operator, and one more operator, I will not name the operator, has installed 2 more towers in the Kavaratti. Kavaratti is the business hub, and all their secretariat and all things are at the Kavaratti only. He worked for almost 8 to 9 months, and ultimately he has to close down because of the connectivity. And the operator has coolly passed on all the ported all the customer to the BSNL and switched off their towers. So what I want to say, key conditions are very bad in the island where we don't have any connectivity. There is another project. It was again funded by the USO, that's the USO Universal Service Fund, for the left wing extremist area. You know this term, this is mentioned for the Naxalite affected areas. There are 8 states are identified as the Naxalite affected areas, and reaching this area is very difficult for any operator for any reason. So the government of India has funded this scheme and asked BSNL to reach this area, install the towers and provide a connectivity. With providing this connectivity, we had a problem how to reach there and how to overcome this, how to safeguard our people also. This I had done in Gadchiroli in Maharashtra, because I was in charge of the Gadchiroli also, and few towers in the Gondia district also. So reaching the area itself is a very difficult. We have to take protection from the BSF and local police to reach those areas. In Maharashtra, it is a Cobra battalion. Most of the people in Maharashtra, they may be knowing it. So we used to reach there. But now what happened? There are another problem is reaching. One problem is major problem is reaching because of the threat. Other problem is reaching because of the no road connectivity. So how to take the construction material. And then third is the power. There is no power supply. किसी गांव में रोड पे एक आधा बल्ब जल रहा होगा तो जल रहा होगा, but majority of the things they don't have the connectivity. So not even the diesel also. How to reach with diesel? So this towers are designed, and this work was done by the our people. So these towers are designed a different type of tower which have less weight. They will require less width also, and they will host the smaller antennas, because the whole BTS itself is kept on the tower. Since then a BTS is required to be connected to the to MSC, so a backhaul is required for that. So how to connect it, because there is no optical fiber, so we have utilized the microwave of reasonably good bandwidth, because we cannot use the big bandwidths also for this. But what happened, this has given lot of good things. One, we have reached to the people. This is the typical LWE platforms, this network. You will see this, all these BTS, all these towers are located inside the premises of this army camp, or whatever security forces are there, maybe somewhere BSF, somewhere CISF, not CISF, or local Cobra battalion and all those people. Working on solar, because there is no diesel. These are all battery banks. And if we get the line of sight, because it's a dense forest, even the micro will not reach here because of this dense forest. We all engineers know that line of sight is very much required. So then we have installed this satellite antennas, VSATs. So this will have a limited connectivity, but at least connectivity is there, because our main aim is not to provide the big connectivity, but to provide some connectivity at least. So you can see this antenna here. So this micro system or small aperture terminal. So this is the small satellite antenna near to this tower, and all these equipments are kept here only, because we have got limited areas available here inside the camp protection, and all these camps, these people are there. So you see, we have taken the help of all the local people. They have got the work there. Initially, we installed on the ground itself, because we wanted to commission the system. We have taken this cable from the ground itself, and later on, then we have constructed this. Otherwise, because of the rain, this antenna will get spoiled, and link will be stopped. So now we have installed later on the this thing platform. So what happened? Two things happened because of this network. One is security forces got the connectivity. Second thing, the local people got the connectivity. And third thing, the people for whom we install this, they also got the connectivity. So those Naxalites also, they are using our network. So they never stopped our vehicle anytime. And this is the beauty, ki whenever our vehicle used to go, then we stopped taking the help of the security agencies also to carry our man material or even for the maintenance, day-to-day, regular maintenance, not day-to-day maintenance. So this is the LW network which has reached the remotest area. Particularly, I will cite one example of the Hemalkasa, which is the remotest town, and majority of the people might have heard about Baba Amte's. Baba Amte and Dr. Prakash Amte. Both are Padma Shri, and both got the Magsaysay Award. That is the, I think, only family which has got Magsaysay Award, 2 persons in one family Magsaysay Award. So they are having their small dispensaries in the very remote areas where they are walking with very narrow this thing. So they got the connectivity there because I visited many times there. Now coming to internet, because getting a connectivity and without internet in today's era we cannot think of a mobile phone or laptop without internet. So as it is said, internet is the single most self-powering infrastructure available for the citizen in the 21st century. In 21st century, without this internet, and everything is blank only. So it's a self-power. As per World Bank report, this is before last year's report, 2018. They have mentioned that 10% increase in the internet penetration in any country, it leads to 1.4% increase in the GDP. So see the power of bandwidth or internet, it increases GDP by 1.4%. This is World Bank's report. You can see on the World Bank's or any financial sites also. This figure is taken some 6 months back. India has 30,000 public hotspots because now how to reach? Everybody cannot have the internet in their mobile. Everybody is traveling also, traveling in the sense walking or traveling. So he cannot have the internet because plans are even for even they are the cheapest in the world, but for a poor person that is a burdening. So then government thought over of a scheme where we should provide the public hotspot, free Wi-Fi. They are already available. We know the rail wire or even the smart cities, they are giving the Wi-Fi at the all squares or the chowks of the city. Most of these cities, they are having the free Wi-Fi at the some good places. But then free Wi-Fi should be available to each and everybody. So you just compare the things between India and the other countries. India has 30,000 public Wi-Fi hotspot. France has 30 million and USA has the 10 million. So this is the gap. So now how to provide? So there is something earlier, you remember there is something called PCO, public call office, where once upon a time we used to go at after 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock and queue for calling a long distance, trunk call or calling to the other city. Now STD calls. So they are converted into PDOs, public data offices. So there is some scheme came out from Government of India that is called WANI, Wi-Fi Access Network Interface. Wi-Fi Access Network Interface. So this is our Prime Minister saying, अब देश के कोने कोने में मिलेगा, because Wi-Fi is it is just a simple router. Means if you see from the device point of view, it is simply a Wi-Fi modem you are keeping, and you are giving the Wi-Fi to everybody. And then our ex-telecom minister Ravi Shankar ji said while giving this project CSC, he has approved the 11,000 crores new project, that is Vani. This is renamed as a PM Vani now. For all those 2.5 lakh, at least, where this internet connectivity, what is shown you in the NOFA project, that is a BharatNet project. So there you can, what he says, पूरे देश में मिलेगा 5 रुपए में भरपेट internet. Like in Maharashtra, in 5 rupees, we are government is distributing thali, Shiv Bhojan, it is called. So he has coined the word 5 rupees mein milega bharpet internet. So this is the vision of the our ministers, our honorable Prime Minister, and this is required to reach to the people, because sitting in a big town metros, 5 मिनट के लिए अगर अपना इंटरनेट बंद हो जाए या इवन टीवी बंद हो जाए तो हम लोगों का ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ने लगता है. You just imagine these people where I was telling about that LWE project. They walk almost 6 to 7 kilometers carrying a patient either on their shoulder or putting him on a cot, carrying 2-3 people, go to the nearest PSC, and there they find today doctor has not come, or this thing is not available, that thing is not available. So at least with this type of connectivity, 2G connectivity particularly, because it goes up to the long distance, they can at least find out, and with new initiative of government with e-Sanjeevani and all those things, at least doctor can tell them what to take the precaution at initial stage. So this is the architecture of this open Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi access network Vani. So there will be PDOs, public data officers, like PCO. I compared that with the PCO, earlier PCO. So any pan wala, dhaba wala, tea stall, he can become a PCO or PDO for this. Then there will be a PDOA, that is PDO aggregator. So PDO, anybody can be there. He need not even register. He has to talk to this man, PDOA, and he has to saturate the terms condition with him, pay the minimum fees to them, and provide the internet to people. Then there are app developers who will provide a particular app which will be downloaded on your mobile, and then all the transaction will be done through him. So PDOA will be in contact with the app developer, and they will be in contact with the PDOs, and the vice versa. And then there is a central registry. This central registry, this whole what you call architecture is designed by the CDOT, because ultimately they have to keep this central registry. Now, why this is easy? Why this is important? Because as I said, providing Wi-Fi is nothing. Just provide a modem, keep it somewhere, and people nearby in a 100-200 meter radius, they will get the Wi-Fi. What is big there? But then authentication is the biggest problem. Who is logging onto your network? What he is sending? What type of activities he is doing on that network is to be known by somebody. And that is only the challenging job. Providing Wi-Fi is not a big job. So this authentication, all the security and financial transaction, if any, is done by the central registry, which is by the CDOT, our prime institution, which has helped us in creating lot of things. CDAC and CDOT, these are the really premier institution which has helped this country to indigenize everything, basically, not depend on other countries. Incidentally, since name of CDOT has come, I will give an example. Earlier, we used to import 15-20 years back. We used to import the telephone exchanges from the France and other countries and USA. After C-dot has come somewhere in the 90s, all our switches were manufactured in India, designed in India, produced in India. So this was the power of Indian mind. If they are given the chances, they can do the wonder. So this is that Wi-Fi access, internet access. See, Wi-Fi dabba. And this fellow, how much he is charging? 2 rupees for 100 Mbps for 24 hours. So this is the sort of price down, and these innovative people, these are the young entrepreneur in the villages who are, as I said, they should be computer literate, then they can do the wonder. They need not be a graduate or engineer, they should be computer literate. So see, a Wi-Fi modem is installed here. They are working on the solar so that ये कभी switch off नहीं होगा अगर power supply नहीं मिलता है तो, और बाकी की सारी चीजें यहाँ install की उन्होंने, and see how much he is charging this fellow. So this is the dhaba. You can put in a dhaba also. Now coming to a very what to call important sector, that is education online. As most of the people are from the academic fraternity, you know how it is tough job for both, for the faculties also who are making the presentation and trying that their students should understand. How much they are understanding, it is not known because there is not face to face. So it's a sort of a one-way communication. Now, as I said, urban area has very good connectivity. So we don't feel much problem if children are in the metros or tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities. But what will happen if you go to the taluka level where connectivity is not so good, and where you can go and if you go to the villages where there is a almost nil connectivity. I will not say zero, but it's a nil connectivity. Here also the children from the poor family can't afford a basic phone, leave apart the smartphones. So how to teach the children? Then while the benefit of the online education is manifold, definitely it has got its own जिसको कहते हैं फायदे भी है, but then we have got the inherent problem. As a country, for everything we have got the problem, because it's a developing country, it's a very big country, it's a vast country with lot of odd things. So we have got the poor internet connectivity, which we have already discussed, and then non-availability of the devices particular to the children of poor strata. So these are the two things to be seen. Now, as I will show you one thing. As I was discussing about that project, National Optical Fiber, NOFA. So at least we are reaching into rural areas, and with this PM Vani project, almost zero cost Wi-Fi will be available to the children, or they may make it zero for some small schools also. That's a different issue. But here other problems are mobile screens are so small that reading something is strenuous and may develop problem of vision as well as the neurological issues too. So we know, seeing the even our big screen mobile, all this smartphone, we ourselves get the fatigue. So a few years back, I remember IIT Bombay had indigenously developed a tab called Akash, which was one of the cheapest fully functional tab that costed around 4,000, below 4,000. So this was the Akash which I had purchased that time, this tablet, and I was using before going for a Samsung Tab, and this was a fully functional, and it was made for the what you called educational purpose only, for the educational purpose means for working in the education sector only. This is the Akash tablet. So you see such a big screen it is having. And it was very comfortable, but suddenly what happened, I don't know what happened, and it has vanished from the market. So now my submission is because we are from the very elite group of very elite institution that has some say in the government sector, particularly in the academic, that can it be manufactured again, and this can be provided to student of poor strata, that can be shared among the student of some 3-4 student, like this they can share it. This can be put up to the concerned ministry by our IET headquarter, or the such people who knows the people in the HRD ministry. This was earlier manufactured very nicely. I don't know what happened. And this my tab is still working. Surprisingly, my tab is still working. Only battery is gone. That's all. So I'm working on the power supply. That's all. So this can be used by the student. And why I'm saying this, even though we are saying ki now the school will start and all those things, that is well said, but it has got its inherent problem, and we still don't know how long it will continue, because some states they have opened the school, and some 2 days back only there was a news about a residential school in Karnataka. Everybody might have seen it. So many student got, so many means 5 to 6 student got the this COVID, and then all parents have taken their children. Now they are seen from the big families, because everybody was coming in their luxury car. That's a different issue. But same thing will happen to these students, these poor children. One thing is good I have seen. I was hoping today our Sunil Kumarji would have been there, because he is from the broadcasting sector, DDG broadcast, DDG this thing, Doordarshan, Prasar Bharati. Majority of the regional channel, even we see the Maharashtra, the Sahyadri, or even the Nagpur, or wherever these local Doordarshan channels are there, they are transmitting the educational program for the student slot wise, maybe for 6th different time, or 10th different time, or like that. So that's a one good thing is done by this particular set of people, that is from the broadcasting ministry. Similarly, there are certain DD channels which I saw, they are imparting training for the specific higher education class. There I have seen the some channels were showing even the NPTEL videos also, or some scientists also, and all those. So that's another thing, but it is yeah. So these channels are available through free dish. Once you install, you can lifelong you can use it free, and all these channels, all 101 channels are there available on this free dish. These are having the regional also, some Tamil, Telugu, Kashmiri, Malayalam, etc., etc. But that's a really good they have done for the education sector. Then I find the exclusive radio stations are there, Gyanvani, but it has got the limited timing. Particularly in Nagpur, it is relayed on 105.3 FM, 105.3 megahertz FM. It is relaying only in the morning and the evening. Why they are not using for the whole day, I don't know, because this is the time when it can be used for the student. Those who can't afford the mobile or something, radio goes to everybody's house, and even the with small handset, which is costing 1,000 or 2,000, they can tune the radio station, and FM is there, they can very well tune it. So I was thinking that Sunil Kumarji is there, he can take this wording to the broadcasting ministry or to their concerned section, I don't know. So this is what I wanted to tell about this particular. So this is what I was telling, that even through BharatNet, if you can put the fiber is there, so Wi-Fi is coming. If Gram Panchayats can buy one smart TV, which is costing very less nowadays, and Gram Panchayats or the NGOs can buy it and give to them. So the student can sit in some place like Gram Panchayat or some community hall, and the TV they can see. So since this is a, if that tuition class, that classes are in the nearby, say, taluka level, so this can be seen by the nearby villages or whatever it may be, but it can be well connected on the smart TV, because smart TV can be tuned to anything. So this can become affordable for the community, and they can have the batches like 1 to 4, 5 to 8, and all those things. And free dish connection can be given to that particular TV, so that whole day or even in the night when there are no online classes, it can be classes can be seen by the other student or higher class student. So if we can work, we can reach to the villages. I'm not talking about the metros or the tier 1, 2 cities, where we are very comfortable with all the thing, and we even help the since I am working with some NGOs and some social organization, we are providing some devices and connectivity to student in the city. At least we are doing that. So this was my main thing, was to show to that national optical fiber and this. So that was my last slide. Our members or our senior members and GC members can deliberate on this, and we can contribute to the education of these poor children. And at the last, I will say that जो बार बार PM साहब की तरफ से कहा जाता है, दवाई भी और कड़ाई भी, और ढिलाई नहीं. So follow this, keep distance, use mask, and avoid touching. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an informative session. Yeah.
If any questions
If
are
any
there,
queries there,
or any
yeah, if any queries can be asked.
you want to discuss about any.
Sir, it was
anything in,
really
this communication technology, I am there.
yeah.
Any question from audience?
Hello.
Okay, the session was very informative, and many things we could come to know. The content was very vast, and even sir has given some idea what can be done, particularly in the education sector. Still, there are a lot of scopes to be done, and basically we got during this pandemic, telecommunication has come to our survey. Otherwise, the life would have been very difficult. Otherwise, life would have been very difficult during this pandemic. So, yeah, any queries?
Yeah, what I want to say is,
Sir.
I think from the IIT side, some of the inputs can be taken,
Yes,
and
sir.
we can work out a project which we can take it for the rural, this one, from
Yes,
the
sir.
training part of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Probably we can contribute in this project,
Yeah.
reaching to the rural, this one online classes for the student and other thing in certain areas, which probably not being covered by the normal schools and other things.
Yes, sir. Correct.
That can be done. But I think you can give some more inputs that
Yeah.
which is the area probably IIT can take it
Yeah.
from
So
this
my
one, as a
my
service to the.
so my idea was at least to write a letter about this particular thing, how to provide this connectivity, the tab and this thing
I see.
to the Gram Panchayat. They state level they can take up,
I see.
because these people, I had written letter to 2-3 places, but then nobody, वो कहते हैं ना कि बिल्ली के गले में घंटी कौन बांधेगा,
Yeah.
तो जहाँ वो चिट्ठी जाती है वहां उसको रख देते होंगे.
ये तो बात सही है.
तो कम से कम वो इंडिविजुअल की चिट्ठी है तो शायद वो ध्यान नहीं देते होंगे. हो सकता है कि अगर किसी फोरम से चिट्ठी जाए तो थोड़ा
maybe we may have to work other way around.
जी.
But we reaching to some of the organization that please do that. Instead of that, probably if the need comes from the other side, that okay, say if such a thing should be done for us, and then probably it can come. See, let us say a few of the Gram Panchayat through certain NGOs and other things, they raise that okay, we are suffering because of this. Is it possible to come forward and do something for us?
Okay.
That may be the another direction from which probably we can move to do it. Because sitting in a big city, probably it is also very difficult to visualize the real problems on the ground. So if something can be done from that side, okay, these are the things we are looking for the solution. How do we go about? Okay. And naturally, it can be regulated to the proper authorities, and they can come forward, okay, probably this is the way we can do it.
Okay.
Right, sir. And even in IIT, we have a lot of corporate members who are associated with various authorities.
Yeah.
And through our IIT university also, we can
That's what it can be. Yes, that's what I'm also trying to say.
Right.
Establish the need and the requirement. Based upon that, generate that is okay. This is what it is needed, and then drive the specification out of that. How to fulfill it. May not be IIT alone can be doing it. One can definitely join hand with certain NGOs and other things, and then do it.
Right, sir. Okay, it was really a fantastic session by by engineer Sri Ajay Savatkarji. So thank you, sir. And I request, I would like to take once again the name of various distinguished fellows who are among with us. Among them, now currently we have Dr. Barjate sir, Chairman Nagpur Center, Dr. Chavan sir, Vice Chairman Nagpur Center. We had Dr. P.V. Ingole, Professor S.V. Devte, Dr. A.P. Thakre, Dr. N.J. Kasat, Dr. Bamnote, and we have enjoyed sitting together at Amravati. All we have basically enjoyed the technical as well as some other feast also. So we had Dr. Prakash Patil, Dr. Walinchkar sir, Chairman Mumbai Center, Bhatia ji, Governing Council member. Then we had Mohini Sarde madam, Sudhir Sambre sir, Chairman Aurangabad Center, A. Ravi Kumar, ex-chairman, IIT Hyderabad. It is a distinguished fellow. Yeah. So Dr. Nitin Mandavgade, Abhijit Khadke, Mr. Ashok Bhanot was also there from Delhi, Dr. K.T. Reddy, immediate past president, he was also there. So many distinguished personalities were there, and it was really a fantastic session, sir. And I request now Varsha Bose.
One minute. I want to thank Praura
Yes, sir.
for giving this opportunity to present my views. And Dr. KTV Reddy is also there. I thank him also. And Dr. Harjinder Singh sir, who has given some input. At least let us see what best we can do. Definitely. And this is a good opportunity to share our thought. Not only the latest technologies available, but how these technologies can be used for the people, those who require it, basically. So I thank everybody, and thank everybody for patiently listening. Nobody has left the chair also.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think.
Thank you, Dr. Gulane sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So
Salim sir पण आहेत. Salim sir.
10 to 15 minutes before count was around 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I request Varsha Bhosle madam to just to proceed for the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your knowledgeable and informative session. I'm sure it will benefit all the attendants. All the attendants, please note that the certificate link is posted in chat box. That link you have to fill for the feedback. Now I request Mr. B.K. Jadhav sir, Assistant Professor, Instrumentation and Control Engineering, to give the vote of thanks.
Before that, I would like to simply inform you that on 9th October, it will be our 21st webinar in the series, and that webinar will be delivered by, once again, a magnetic man of India, Dr. R.S. Shinde. So Dr. R.S. Shinde will be talking regarding the super magnet, on which he has done a lot of work. So he will be delivering his speech on the super magnet on 9th October. So you all are requested to be present for the 9th October webinar. Thank you, sir.
It will be a really fascinating journey. Last time also, he has shown us something extraordinary thing.
Right,
Maglev train. Yeah.
Maglev train. Right. So Jadhav sir, proceed for the formal vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to all. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Mr. Ajay Savatkar sir, Mr. Sunil sir, Dr. KTV Reddy sir for sparing their valuable time for the function. We are thankful to all the principals, faculty, corporate and student member for attending the program. Last but not least, we are thankful to IET and our management who is always supportive for organizing such events. Thank you, sir. Thanks to all.
So, with the kind permission of today's chief guest, shall we stop over here?
Yeah. Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
then,
you,
bye.
everyone.
See you next Saturday on 9th of October. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks all.
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Savatkar ji. Thank you.
We are not
Thank you.
stopping. We are only putting a small comma on this journey.
Today Gulane sir actually enjoying.
Yes, sir.
Because
Really.
he is in his hometown and with the old friends.
Yeah. All the
And
old
there is
friends.
nothing like enjoying with the friends.
Yes. And we had a very good treat also. Here, sir, in
Also.
That's
Amravati,
that is how
Gilla Vada
the
is very famous.
extra so-called, smile has come.
Right. So in Amravati, Gilla Vada is very famous. And we have enjoyed in the team that today in the breakfast.
No, that's what I'm saying. Instead of having a chat box on all these online platforms, there should be a taste box also. So that these things can be put so that it can reach to others also. And we can enjoy.
Technology will be developed.
Certainly, IT can think in that direction.
Yeah.
Sir, Singh sir, I remember about 20 years back, almost somewhere in the 98, 99, one company in USA, they have developed, and a website was there, fragrance.com. So you have to purchase a box from them, connect it to your computer, and if somebody want to greet you with the say gulab or chameli, so he will press that, and that smell will emanate from that box.
Okay, not we don't want only smell now. We want some.
So that was,
I think we should do that.
So that was there. So this will also
Where is
come
our
today.
student community? They should take up this as their BTech MTech project.
Sir, don't want to have watering only.
Yeah.
Water anyway.
Have taste also. You're right.
ठीक है sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. See you.
Bhatia sir. Namaskar, Savat sir.
Namaste.
Namaskar.